Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the 2025 Pan Am Senior Snooker Championship here at the Aryan Snooker Club in Sacramento, California. It's moving day here, our last batch of round-robin matches. Got an exciting one with the Canadian, one of only two female competitors in the tournament. Simone Lloyd taking on our only Trinidad and Tobagan representative of Oregon Tongue. Just had a little hiccup at the beginning with our technical. We wanted to get this tournament going, so we're glad that you're tuned in. We're live on the PAPSA YouTube channel. It's David Burney in the booth. Happy to guide you and navigate through this match and many more to come today. We also have our good friend Rob Richards over on PAPSA channel number 2, streaming, I believe, the match between Matt Teixeira and Zia Sheik. Interesting, actually, Simone looks like she might be actually using a pool cue. Got a bit thick of a diameter on her tip. And these are best of 3 matches. If you want to find out all the results, feel free to check out cloudsnooker.com. That's cloudsnooker.com. The live scoring app has all these matches that are in progress right today. Have the tablets, and that's where the players keep the score, and the results are there as well, so you can see where your favorite player is. See if they're going to move on into the knockout phase as the top 3 from each group will move on. The number 1 seeds will get a bye, and the 2 and 3s will battle in the first round of the knockout phase, and that's going to start tomorrow. So Regan with a slim lead here, 9-2 early in this first frame. And with the incredible heat that we're enduring over here in Sacramento, they have relaxed a little bit of the dress code. Waistcoats are not mandatory. The ability to clip that, as we could see there. Might be a slight path. Ooh, it's tight for that red to go by that other red. Doesn't even look like Simone's coming over to take a look at it. Just enough. That's a very thin cut for Regan. It is there. Sometimes these early morning matches are tough. Tough to get some fluency. It's always good to get that first frame on the board. It's nice to get a good break going, get that back arm feeling loose. Do have an active chat on our YouTube channel, so feel free to chime in if you have any comments or questions. You want to cheer on either the Canadian or the Trinidad and Tobagan. And do let us know where you're tuning in from. Snooker is played in over 100 countries in the world. It's great to see that we have Canada, the USA, Brazil, and now Trinidad and Tobago represented in this tournament. The Pan Am surfaces all countries in the Americas. Regan has left a long red on for Simone. Black is tied up, but reds are starting to open up. And there's pink and blue. We used all the pocket there. Start was certainly in his throat. It was done nice to develop that black. He's got a good angle. Red into that left middle. Put him up in the balcony, coming out for the blue. He's just come beautifully on the pink. So it's good stuff here by Regan. Simone can hope for now is Regan just to falter. Oh, and he has there. But he hasn't really left an easy starter for Simone. And that red by the pink and blue. Commission there. So 30-point advantage, 59 on the table. Still anyone's first frame here. Oh, very nice pot there. Oh, watch out for that cue ball. She's going to be okay. Very awkward bridging, as you're going to see. Her hand's going to be all over that cushion. Cue ball's tight to the cushion as well, so not a lot of cue ball to work with. There's a little wry smile there. I don't think she got a fantastic contact. that cue ball, but managed to will it in. And that green, unfortunately, has blocked the path for that long red by the pink. So it looks like going to be just playing a cross double and bring our cue ball back into the bulk area. How about that for a double kiss? Wow. Obviously she was playing for safe, but just taking a look at this. Quite a... How about that for a double kiss? You know, they always say the dreaded double kiss is not what you want to have, but in that previous red safety attempt by Simone, she got a double kiss and fluked in a red to continue the break. Got a good angle on this blue. Also has the pink that she can follow through. Gave it a good effort for that stun to come down for the red.
Oh yeah. Look at it. Sorry.
Just got focused on the task at hand, forgot to put up the blue. Obviously, if both players, as there's no referee, if they'd forgotten about that blue, there is no foul on either player. It's just a lap in concentration, as the players were instructed to mark the score on the tablet so they have a running score, so all of you at home can see how the break progresses. A nice little 15 break there by Simone to get her back into this first frame. Only trailing by 15 with 35 on. Like as well, Simone has a little carbon fiber on her two-piece. It's quite a fluke for that red going in there on that left middle pocket. So she's getting a little run of the balls early on. Usually it does even out, but it can be tricky sometimes in these short races, best of 3 matches. When you get a stroke of good fortune, you got to make the best of it. It's going to be available for Regan. It's a long pot. Let's see how his long potting is right now this morning. Looking good. Nice little kiss on that brown. I'd like to have a bit smaller of an angle. The green is there. So often that we see many frames in the amateur side that always comes down to the colors. Is there a gap through there? Might be a gap to hit, and maybe even the potting angle. These balls are moving around. I don't think she's going to like the result of that. It's not the worst place, but it's still available there for Regan. Tough cut going along that cushion. Definitely a little tougher with that pace, but made for sure of it. And it's Brown. It's frame ball. Yeah, definitely when the frame is at your mercy, those pockets definitely expand in size, and we can have a little laugh. Obviously the frame is over, but Simone's going, give it a shot for the black ball. Let's see what happens. So Regan Tung takes this first frame 52-18. We'll step aside for a few short moments and see if Simone can grab frame 2 and put us into a decider. Only time will tell, but we'll be right back. Back here, frame 2, Regan Tung from Trinidad and Tobago. Our only competitor from the land of TNT. Put some nice dynamite shots together in that previous frame. But Simone's not going to go quietly, and that's a nice red. Ooh. Just put a trace of side on it, as you saw when it came off that top cushion. Just kicked a little bit. This is definitely awkward. It's okay. Good to make contact. She's getting a little encouragement from her coach over there, Jason Williams, who's also in the tournament, previous Canadian national champion. Tuning in, the Potter is asking, is this a senior event? It is the senior event. Yes, this runs up until Tuesday to find out who's going to be playing at the famous Crucible Theater at the World Seniors Snooker Championship in late May. Igor Figueiredo of Brazil already has the high run so far of a 1-4-1. Impressive stuff. Certainly was an exciting match between Igor and Renat Danka yesterday. Don't want to spoil it for anybody, but if you look in our back catalog, it wasn't a long match. It was pretty quick. Those boys definitely get on with it. And we appreciate you. Peter, thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any questions or comments, do let us know. We are here at the Am Snooker Club in very hot Sacramento. That is the big concern. Yesterday it was just sweltering hot, and it's going to continue. They're trying to do their best to cool the room down. As you can see, some of the dress code has been relaxed a little bit, as Simone is not wearing her waistcoats. Nice cut on that red. Just push the pink just a little too much to the right cushion. She does have a long blue into the green pocket. Yellow and brown have created a nice little wall up there. It's always something to keep in the back of your mind. Regan trying to use that wall of yellow and brown to get behind. Any way you slice it, that was going to be a tough red. Either one that he was going to take on, as his cue ball was tight to the right cushion, but it's giving a chance for Simone to take a small little blind cut of this red into the top left corner. The angle hopefully to come off a cushion and be on the blue into the left middle. It's done well to hold for the blue, but it's going into the opposite middle pocket that I predicted. Just to show you how tough this game is. She made a nice red. Blue is, you know, on the more relatively easier side, but there's no easy shot on a snooker table. Every shot takes care, and if you just relapse in a little bit of concentration, you'll probably miss more often than not. But Simone not punished heavily for missing that blue. I like what I've seen from the Trinidad and Tobago. You know, he's, you know, Trinidad and Tobago not really known, I think, as a hotbed for snooker. Obviously, he's just missing a little bit. Tighten a few screws in the old brain box, and definitely he'll be putting a lot more of his object balls into the bottom of the pocket. Nice pot. This is, he's going to be more playing safe here because that's a very thin pink. Yeah, he even needed to hit that thinner if he wanted to be safe and kick his cue ball up table. So a little pesky red just in her eye line. Have to just jack up a little bit and hit down on this cue ball to get the right angle on the pink into the top right corner. She did have a little space by that red. She didn't really have to jack up too much, but unfortunately unsuccessful on that pink. I think this is the first time Regan has been on this side of the room. This room is kind of divided into two halves, and this, where the TV table is a little bit cooler, but not by much, but a little bit cooler than the other side of the room. So the tables might be running just a little bit quicker. So I don't think Regan has ever been on a TV table as well, so adds a little bit of pressure. Just as Simone surveys this shot, just want to congratulate you, Peter Singh. He's sold out a tournament. Be running a great snooker tournament up there in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, running from September 12th to 14th at Choices Billiards Cafe and Bar. So definitely, if you're in the neighborhood, stop by and see some great snooker action there. So good on you, Peter, for spreading the good gospel of snooker in the lower mainland area of BC. Nice little kiss in that yellow. Unfortunately, he put the yellow rather safe, but he's got options of two reds. Middle one, he's not hampered by the blue, as that other red into the green pocket. He'd be negotiating the blue ball in his cue stroke. got a lot of chance to talk to Regan. I just wonder what the quality of the tables are in Trinidad. You know, they might be more of a club table, or usually when we mention club tables, they have a slower cloth, so you have to hit a little bit more because you get all walks of life. But sometimes when you come into these snooker clubs, they do have a lot better cloth, and it runs a lot quicker. And he's got that red into the green pocket. Hit that with good pace. As you see, if he just hit it pocket weight, it probably would have rattled in the jaws and just sat there for an easy starter for Simone. So good on Regan to just give it a little bit of pace, so if it does rattle, it kind of shoots away from the pocket. And his mind was on safety there. A lot of times when players do play doubles, more often than not, it's safety is the main purpose, but if the shot goes in, it's an added bonus. Just can it into that yellow to spoil the pot there. Don't think Simone has enough of that. The two reds, the right one, to go into them and shoot the rightmost one into the top right corner. Doesn't look like the angle's there. Just coming up and hopefully coming out the bulk cushion and nestling behind the green here for Simone. Done all right. Now, I know we might have a little bit of bias, obviously, in the snooker world, but it definitely feels like Q Sports and snooker in general is on the rise. Just definitely seeing the standard rising of the kind of the lower ranked players in these tournaments, seen them progress over the years. That's just great to see. Just trying to go for the 2-for-1 special there. Fortunately, he's left a few reds open. This match is only about 40 minutes old, so these players kind of get on with it. They see their shot and they execute as best they can. You might see a few more longer matches, a bit more time and care on shots as it is moving day. total of 48 players in the senior side. Half of them will be going home today. I think most of them definitely will be coming back for the Open, so maybe a couple days off to explore the capital, or maybe take a nice drive out to the coast and visit the lovely city of San Francisco. Was he tempted Simone there? That's a thin cut into the right middle. Those are really tricky, especially where cue ball is. So just got to be mindful of the green that she's cueing over. Very fortunate. Just that red close to the top left corner, but fortunate enough came off cushion and cannon into a red. Just great experience for Regan. Just not sure how much competition he has down in Trinidad and Tobago, but hats off to him to come all the way up here and participate in this great tournament. It is the 20-year anniversary of Pan American Billiards and Snooker Association. President Ajay Pradhakar and WPBSA Chairman Jason Ferguson have really developed a good bond, building a great foundation. As Jason based out of Britain, where snooker is pretty much as big as baseball is in America. I know Jason definitely wants to see it grow in the Americas. The friends to the north of America and Canada, they had a good surge way back in the boom in the 1980s, like Cliff Thorburn, Bill Werbenick, Kirk Stevens, Bob Chaperone, Jim White, Brady Golan, Bernie Mickelson, and Alain Robidoux, who was the last Canadian on the Pro Tour until last year, when Sahil Nair from Canada won the open side of this great tournament to get a 2-year card. So it's nice to see that he's representing the Maple Leaf over there on the Pro Tour. But we're seeing a great growth in America, and definitely in the Pacific Northwest area. Our good friends up in Seattle, Mike Dominguez, has really done a great job of spreading the gospel of snooker. One issue obviously we have in North America is the size of our countries. If you're in England, you drive 2 hours, you can be in a completely different city, but in some states and some provinces in the North America, you're still in the same state or province. Just 10 little points in it, 43 on. It's a tough blind cut, going to lose control of the cue ball here. I think with some of these events in the Americas, these players got to look at it as a kind of semi-little vacation as well, wrapped in with the snooker tournament. We go to wonderful cities throughout the Americas. We were in Rio de Janeiro in 2023. thought I'd be down in South America, but sure I was down at that great championship. Made a lot of great friends in Brazil, and always great to see them at the Pan Am events. A joyful bunch. As we do so often, we're down to the colors. 12 points, 27 on the table. See what happens with this pink. Regan can extend that lead. Thank you for turning in. Wilson Santana, talking about the Brazilian games. Well, Brazil does have, well, it depends on which Brazilian you talk to in the room. I've heard they have 500,000 or over 1 million tables in the country of Brazil. And they play on the 5x10s. They don't play on these big 6x12s. They do have some 6x12s. And they do have some small pool tables, the 4x9s. But their bread and butter is the 5x10s. Black has just played spoiler for Simone. Maybe a little touch shot just on the left side of the green. Maybe can get behind the black. Almost nestled together, just pushed a little too much distance there, so Regan does have an opportunity, but it's a little awkward stance he's got there. He's done well. A little bit of movement on his shot, if I'm to be honest. You want to keep everything still except for that backhand swinging on a pendulum. In it, 22 on the table, so Simone will need a snooker. And looking at that blue and black, that's a nice little area. Still the black and pink, not bad positions for snookers. Pretty sure she's aware of the score line. So she's just giving this shot a little bit more care. Just be a bit tough just to get a little right side of that blue that pushes a cue ball just behind the black and the blue shoot up table. Not going to like the end result of this one. Oh, look at that wry smile there from Regan. I think he might have rushed it just a little bit. Just take a little time. That was definitely, I don't think Simone would have been coming back to the table. Would have been handshakes if that blue would have dropped. Yeah, if Simone can take out the right side of the blue, just with enough angle, come off that cushion, potentially get behind the pink. Oh, just absolutely. Did she get the snooker? I think she did. Lovely shot there. That's the snooker she needed. Got a long blue with the green pocket, natural angle. She could come out the bulk cushion and be on the pink. goes back when there's snookers required. Now, obviously, without snookers required, they can be put back a maximum of 3 times for 4 attempts. So that's been 2 attempts so far. Right, you're our fellow DB, David Brock. Great to hear you in the room. And that is the chat. He's correcting us there. That's obviously when snookers are required, it is not a miss. Well, on the 4th attempt, he's done well, but Simone has definitely crawled back into this second frame, a frame she desperately needs to win to push us into a decider. Hope you've been well, Mr. David Brock. Thanks for tuning in. An excellent explanation right there, DB. And Simone needed that snooker before the foul, so it was not a miss. Mr. Brock inquiring how I am, and I'm doing great. You know, wonderful snooker action here. One maybe little gripe, but I'm not alone here, is the heat. It is hot here in Sacramento. The room, something's gone on with their air conditioning, so we've got a lot of fans blowing. You might find a few snooker players hanging out in the drink freezer just to cool off. It's in the triple digits over here in Sacramento. So 100 Fahrenheit for those 3 countries that use imperial. The rest of the world, it's about 38 Celsius. So that's why you might see a little bit of the relaxed dress code. CJ Musique, thanks for putting your support for Regan. Hopefully you're a fellow Trinidad and Tobagan. Hopefully maybe someday we can get to the TNT country. So there's just a discussion going on the scoreboard. I think they've now ironed it out, got everything set. 4 points is the difference. I think they did bring over tournament director and head referee Kevin Patrick. You definitely had an adventurous route down here to Sacramento coming from Toronto. CJ Musique, feeling it would be amazing if we went down to Trinidad and Tobago. Please let us know and let some of our viewers, if you want to chat and write a comment, what the scene is down in Trinidad and Tobago. Are there many clubs around there? Are there good rooms? Maybe a website you can click us to find out information about snooker down in TNT. Right now you're fellow countryman's doing all right. He's got 1 frame to the good over Simone Lloyd of Canada. He's leading by a slim margin of 4 points in the second frame. There's 18 on the table. I always say double kisses are only good in France, and that was not a good double kiss there for Regan. It's a nice opportunity for Simone, just coming around to see where she wants to be for the pink, because this blue should easily go into the right pocket, come off a few cushions. Watch out for that middle pocket. Oh. just see the shoulders just slump after that shot. So for all those new fans of snooker, obviously when the color ball, you go in off with your cue ball, the color ball does come, but if there's in and off on a red, the red doesn't come back up on the table. Oh, finding the bottom of the pocket with the wrong ball. 10 costly. So she was able to get back when she put Regan in a snooker. All Regan needed is that blue. That's his frame ball. Close to disturbing that black. Regan really wants to do anything with that black. His blue is his frame ball. If he can keep that black just sitting there, he's quite happy. Thanks again, David Brock. He's done some great investigative work. He's the snooker pro over there, letting us know that the Billiard Sports Organization of Trinidad and Tobago is a good resource to find if you want to find out about cue sports in that great country of Trinidad and Tobago. Slowly come off the left side of the blue and maybe get behind the pink. Looks like that's what his idea was. Maybe just a little pacey on the shot. But he hasn't sold anything out. Put all his concentration on that. That's his frame ball. Can breathe a little easier now. Those pockets probably are increasing in size. This pink definitely to seal the deal for frame and match. And he rattles that in. So well done by the Trinidad and Tobagan. The handshakes all around. Good sportsman. Simone battled tough, just had a little unfortunate run of the balls. But Regan Tung of Trinidad and Tobago wins this match 2-0. We're going to step aside for about 5 minutes time, as in this tournament it's a roll on, roll off kind of idea. So we're not sure exactly who's going to be next on our TV table, but it should be an exciting match here at the 2025 Pan Am Senior Snooker Championship at the Aryan Snooker Club in hot Sacramento, California. Stand by, everybody. We'll be right back with another exciting match.